Inhale. Exhale. 2. And 3. Second exercise, rooting. Inhale up. And exhale down. 2. And 3. Third exercise, opening the heart, palms up. Inhale, hold, expand. Exhale, radiate. And inhale, hold the breath, expand. Exhale, radiate. And relax. One more time, inhale, hold, exhale, and relax those hands somewhere. 1 minute mindfulness. Take a moment just to feel the body. Notice your breath. And your mind. You're ready, take a big breath in. Let it out with a sigh. The eyes gently open. All right, so we are in our final month of this class. Who knows what class will come next? But my goal has been to finish off this 24 form, not exhaustively, but to give you at least this little sort of transmission of it as I have it. So we'll have a fun little, what do you call it, lesson plan today. We are in the final portion of that form. The last half of class will go through the whole thing. And we'll do that in a style that those of you who have done it before, just follow along. Those of you who want to try, just follow along. And then you can also just sit out whenever it gets too confusing. And that way nobody has to stress out. But in the meantime, we'll go through some of the individual moves. And I'd like to incorporate a little bit of review in that process. So think back on these classes. Remember, we did our form. We did pull down heavens, etc. Then we went through some moves. Okay, so what move comes first? Does anyone remember? Yeah, so this is commence Taiji. Let's do 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then if you think of your form, what comes next? Yeah, so you're going into part horse's mane. And before that, to get into that, you do embrace the moon. Yeah, so that's going to be right hand on top. So you just circle, embrace the moon. And then in our exercise, we can just do that over and over again. It makes a nice little chigo, a Taiji ball chigo. So you can see these are the warm-ups we've been doing, but it's also step-by-step through our form. Okay, so Fiona gets credit for this embrace the moon. You get credit for parting horse's mane. So let's give it a try. So in the chair, I catch the moon, and I roll the ball. Catch the moon, roll the ball. Catch the moon, roll the ball. Catch the moon, roll the ball. And catch the moon, and roll the ball. Okay, hands onto the cloud, and settle the chi. Okay, you guys are doing great so far. Do you know what move comes next? 1, 2, 3.
And then one that's almost like it, but you go to the side.
Oh, know what this one's called?
Crane. The crane
Yeah,
spread
crane or
his
stern
wings.
spreads wings. So how we do this in these warm-ups is we usually go to embrace the moon, and we do a big version just for the warm-up. Let's do one more set. I really like this one because the Qigong for this is like you extend your awareness for the heavens and the earth, and then you bring it back into your body. So that's pretty fun. Okay, then let's do it just one time, like it is in the form. So start with your left hand. The form it only does one side, but we're going to do two sides. So this hand scoops, flies up, the other hand flies down, and then you go tippy toe and bottom foot. Let's try it the other way. So this one's going to scoop, fly up, down, and tippy toe. Scoop, up, down, and tippy toe. Scoop, up, down, and tippy toe. I like this one today. Maybe it's the breeze. So you can feel like you're soaring in the breeze. One more. Here we go. Scoop, up, down, and tippy toe. Down you go. That all seems familiar, right? What do you think comes next? No, but that's a nice pagan ritual, I know. Yeah, you got it. Brush, knee, and push. What comes to mind? I'm just doing my adult education, which is the same as kids' education. What comes to mind when you hear brush, knee, and push? That's this. So in the form, when you had, don't copy me yet, this will be backwards. When you were in Crane Cools Its Wings, he does a big wing, brush, knee, and push. So let's give it a shot. Start with your left hand forward. And let's just do the posture of brush, knee, and push. Right. So you've just brushed the knee and push. This one's quite self-explanatory.
Push that way?
Usually I'm pushing straight forward from my shoulder. Yeah, but you can.
Yeah, the one I.
Some people will do, yeah, so you can. Okay, so this hand that's forward is gonna block your face. And this one, what's this move called? Deliver the pizza. Good. You come in by your ear, you brush knee and push, and then just hold here for a second because we did on the other side. The other thing you'll see in different Tai Chi schools is some have their hand down like this. This is the Zhen Manqing style. They always use fair lady's palm. So this hand will be like this, so there's no bend. This hand will be like this. The way I practice, there's a soft bend. So whatever you like. Okay, so you block the face. You do what? Deliver the pizza. You swoop in, brush, knee, and push. Here's your inhale. And your exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And exhale. Good. Hands in the cloud. And Taiji. Okay, so in the form, you do 3 of those. Brush, knee, and push. 1, 2, 3. Then what seems like might happen?
Is that the monkey?
Soon. Very soon. You're one move too fast. So before the monkey, you're going to strum the lute. So let's practice. Yeah. Start with your left hand forward. This is backwards of the way it is in the form, but we'll do it on both sides. So this hand scoops, strums, strums, and settles. Yes, and if you want, you can kick that foot up. Then let's do the other side. So scoop, strum, strum, and settle. So when we're standing, which we'll do in a minute, this is a toe stance. They call a 7-star stance because I think this looks like the Big Dipper to some ancient person. So there you go. Okay, strum, strum, settle. Strum, strum, settle. If you'd like to do the breathing, it's inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. If you'd like to do the visualization, it's inhale, draw in vitality, let it radiate. Vitality, vitality, radiate. One more round. Here we go. In, and shine. Last time. In, and shine. Okay, hands to the cloud. All right, does anyone know what comes next? Yes, Carol. Repulse
The
the
monkey.
monkey.
Repulse the monkey.
Very good. So from strumming the lute, let's do it this way, like it is in the form. So left hand forward. This hand palm turns up and it sends the other one back. Swims up by your ear, and then like you had a little spider monkey on your hand, and you launch them into space. Then in the way I do this, you turn this first, and it's like links in a chain. This sends the other one swimming back by your ear, and then launch the spider monkey palm up, and launch the monkey palm up, and launch the monkey. Okay, here's inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more each side. Last time. Okay, that's to the cloud and settle. You guys are doing very good at this game. Can anyone guess what comes next? So you did 4 of these monkeys.
Going down.
There's a moon involved. Yeah, drive the bus. So we do the move in the form. Drive the bus and the grand sequence. So let's work that grand
We call that
sequence.
going down the moon.
Oh, then that is exactly what comes next. So this is embrace the moon in my form, right? Because you visualize like a glowing moon in your life, your hands. And we'll do whatever form this is. So you're going to your right shoulder. So I roll the ball up to the corner, down to the hip, left hand to the wrist, squeeze forward, pull down, and push out. Okay, we'll start again. So embrace the moon. Up to the corner, down to the hip, left hand to wrist, squeeze, yield back and down, push up and out. One more time, embrace the moon. Roll to the corner, pull to the hip, squeeze forward, yield down, and push up. Okay, other side. So now right hand on top, embrace the moon. Roll up to that left corner. Pull down to that right hand. Right hand to the wrist and squeeze. Yield back and down. Push up and down. Right hand on top. Inhale. Roll the ball. Exhale. Hip. Inhale. Squeeze. Exhale. Yield. Inhale. Push. Exhale. One more time. Right hand on top. And ward off. Roll back. Press. And push. Then hands to the cloud. Settle the chi.
And that was called grasping the bird's tail.
Yeah. So
Jean's
I
way of
tend
doing
I
it.
tend to say grasp the bird's tail sequence.
Yes,
Because some schools, this move is grasp the bird's tail.
Yeah.
Some schools, all 4 moves is grasp the bird's tail. So
it's
yeah.
just clicked in me because I was wondering where that was, but this was the same. And so
Yeah.
now I can.
You got it.
both things.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I'll call this the grand sequence is another of its names. So those are interchangeable.
Good.
Okay, any guesses as to what comes after that?
We get to do cloud hands sometime soon.
Okay, you're just one move too soon.
Yeah, I didn't know when.
Single whip. Single whip. So let's do this. One of my favorite moves is a transition move that we call grinding the grain. So let's grind the millstone. I'll make the sound effects for you. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, so now in this form, This, we'll do it with your left hand. Your left hand shoots out like a snake, turns into a crane. Your right hand circles over, leading with the elbow, and then stretching out into the. Yeah, it's a chop in this case. So yeah, so this, the hand though, it's not like
Oh,
this, it's this little kind of. Yeah, there you go. And this spreads like it's a big wide hug. If you didn't have these two drill bits on there, you'd be coming in for a big old hug. Okay, let's do it all again. So grind the grain. Then left hand snake, crane, circle, and chop. One more, here we go. Grind, snake, crane, circle, and chop. Good, let's do it the other way. So we got 5 millstones. Here we go. Oh, Siri thought I was asking her a question. 1, 2, 3. There's your sound effect. 4 and 5. Fresh millet coming up for you. Okay, so now take that right hand, pierce and hook. And this hand's gonna circle and chop. 2 more. Big circle. Right hand's gonna pierce, hook. Left hand's gonna circle, chop. Here we go, one more. Behind the grain. Pierce, hook, circle, and chop. And we go right into cloud hand. So let's see if we can make that happen. In the chair, the shape changes a little bit because you would run into your legs. So see if we can get that basic. Yes, very good. And then after the cloud hands, your right hand, you're going to do single whip. You come over, I call this the bell hop. Going to ring the bell. And this one is serve the platter. Small circle, press. Let's try it again. So cloud hand. Right hand gets ready. Bell hop. Ding. Serve the platter. And a little push.
How is that different from the one we did a moment ago?
I'll show you in a minute, but you have to do this one again. Cloud hand. Okay, right hand over the top. Ding. Serve the platter. Small circle and push. Okay, come to the center. We'll do that on the other side, but let's answer the question first. One question and then 2. So in the first one, and I'll tell you why I'm subjecting you to this. Some Tai Chi teachers, single whip looks the same both times and their lives are less complicated than ours. But in some of the martial arts schools, when a move repeats, they'll do it slightly differently to show the different possible applications of it. Or in my teacher's case, he learned from a couple different teachers and he wanted to honor them by doing their version form. So like, I think if you do jeans, he does this one every time.
Yes.
Yeah. So in this form, this one goes poke and hook. Then what's this direction? Vertical circle to chop. So the first one we do poke and hook, except it's smoother when you do it. Vertical circle and chop. The second one that we do from the cloud hands is not going poke and hook, it's going over the top, ring the bell. And then this is doing a horizontal circle into a little push.
Horizontal. Okay,
That's
very
Thank
So-
you.
So tell me,
And yet,
Yeah, it
it
is.
so if it's a horizontal, so the lower hand, could you do the other one, just to see
Yeah.
what the lower hand is
okay,
doing?
so I'll do them in order. First one we do grind the grain, poke, hook, circle over, and chop. Second one from the cloud hands, we go over the top. Ding. Horizontal.
It's not going up.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
instead of this,
Okay,
it's going this. note the elbow if you wanted to catch the difference, right? In this case, the elbow is actually hitting the person in the martial art version. In this one, you're snugging in and then throwing the leg. Just needed a little nonviolent violence in your life. So, other side, you thought you got out of it, but no. But which side did we just do? That's the real question. We did this hand ding, so now we have to ding with this hand. Okay, so get your clouds going.
How many
Okay.
clubs do we have?
Locate your left
Four.
hand. As soon as we figure out where our left hand is, we're gonna go. Okay, here it is, over the top.
Mm,
Ding! And big horizontal. Little swoosh and a push. The swoosh and push. That's what that's called from now on. Okay, cloud, cloud, left hand, over the top. Ding! Horizontal. Swoosh and push. One more time. Cloud, cloud, lefty. Ding! Horizontal. Swoosh and push. Come to the center. And
Question, how
Yes.
many club hands before that?
you do four
Four.
sets. You guys are doing great at my game. And we'll do just one more move before we go into our standing practice. So, do you know what comes after the swoosh and push?
Only the snaky thing.
That's when
That's coming.
we turn this way and do the kick.
That's coming even sooner. Work it backwards. There's one more before. So the high pat on horse.
Yes.
So let's practice that from this single whip posture. This will be a little different than how it looks when you're standing, but just try it with me. So what's going to happen is this palm turns up and this comes in by your ear. Then the elbows both drop. And you gently press. So here's the bridle of the horse. You're saying nice horsey. Okay. So try it again from that big single whip. In by the ear. And drop both elbows. And gently pat the nice horsey. Good. One more time. And if this isn't quite making sense, it'll make more sense when we stand up and do it. So in by the ear. Drop elbows. Nice horsey. Let's try the other side. Crane. So horizontal. Swoosh and push. In by the ear. Drop elbows. Nice horsey. Single whip. In by the ear. Drop everything. Nice horsey. That could be the mantra. Drop everything. There's a horse to pat. Okay, here we go. Single whip. In by the ear. Drop everything. And pat the horse. All right, pull it down. And snip. So then after that, you've got kicks, snakes, fair maidens, so many wonderful things. And that's all going to happen about now. Are you ready? Let's rise up and have a little fun.
Chairs out of the way.
So if you don't need a chair to possibly grab onto, then scooch it on out of the way and we'll start doing some of the moving sets. So stray a little to this side, just like you are. And first, we're gonna go through all the way up to that point. That's the high pat on horse. And then we'll work the second half of the form slowly together. Get lost, flail around, or quit. Both of these are great options. So that'll be fun. Okay, here we go. Feet together. Gather the universe. Inhale. Exhale. Sit down slightly. Inhale. Heel up the left foot. Step it out. Heel it back. 2 hands raise. And exhale down. That's Taiji. Here we go. Embrace the move. Right hand comes up. I turn left. I pull back. Cat stance. Step that left foot out. Wild horse parts man. Pick up the toes, turn left, scoop, brace the moon. Step out, wild horse. Time, pick up the toes, turn right, embrace the moon. Step out, wild horse, parts main. Crane cools its wings, half step right, scoop. Let that right hand fly up. The left hand swoop across. Crane cools wings. Block with the right. Block with the left. Scooch that left foot in. Deliver pizza. Step it back out, brush knee, and push. Just gonna scooch back to stay in camera. So pick up your left toes, block the face, step up, deliver pizza. Step right, brush knee and push. Pick up the right toes, block the face, step up, deliver pizza. Step left, brush knee and push. Then half step up, strum with the right, sink back, strum with the left, touch the left heel. Repulse monkey, turn the left palm up, send the right palm swimming back, step left back, and unwind, push with the right. Right palm up, send the left swimming back, sneak the right back, unwind, pulse. Inhale, sneak, and exhale. One more time. Sneak back and exhale. Okay, here's our drive the bus, sit back, step right back out, and roll the ball up to the corner, down to the hip. Right hand to the wrist, squeeze forward, yield back and down, push up and out. Then grinding the grain, turn that left toe in, brace the moon, and then step to the corner. Roll the ball up, down to the hip. Left hand to right wrist, squeeze forward. Yield back and down. Push up and down. Grinding grain. Turn that right toe in. Here's that first single whip. Hook, hook, step, and then vertical circle. Elbow and chop. Cloud hands, turn right. Step left. Shift the weight. Step the left foot out. Shift the weight. Step the right foot in. Here it comes. Third set. And the last set for 4. So this time as you step in, the right hand comes over the top for that second simple whip. Let's sweep out. Horizontal circle, swoosh, and push. Stay there. I'm just going to get in the camera frame for your recording. iPad on horse. The hand comes by the ear as you half step up. Sit back as you pat the horse. We'll pause there, pull down heavens. And really, you guys followed along very well with that. So before we go on, are there any questions on any of those moves or transitions? Just to put the microscope on before we work this next part.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like my balance, but I step way too far out, so I don't feel balanced on both legs. So is it better to just have smaller stepping out back?
Yeah, a smaller stance is usually easier to navigate, and that's perfectly fine. We were to get really traditional, which I always love to do, right? Class proper length, but traditionally Taiji takes place in the large, medium, small frame. And when you take the kid who's 9 years old, you start teaching them, you always teach them the large frame. Because it's supposed to open up their ligaments, it gives you big tree trunk thighs, stuff like that. And then when you take the kid who's 90 years old, it's like, smallest frame. So then anywhere between. Etc. So you get to decide. The other thing for balance is using stand. So whenever we do, I don't know if I'm modeling this well, but whenever we do these stepping, the reason why, see, that was too far for me. The reason why we stop here is to give a little reset.
Okay.
As you grow more advanced, usually just step right through. But then this is the master practice. So I don't think we model that in the stepping back, but you could go here, here. Yeah. So in this form, this is the more kind of public form. So we did always model touch here or on the brushing and push, but not on the step back. It's actually sort of that. Alice, the question?
I don't have the footwork down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have to add to that straight. So.
Oh, the whole form? How about in overtime? Okay, good. And we'll get it on camera. Okay, Carol?
Doesn't it help balance, like rather than just stepping back to like have a channel? So we
Yeah, so if you are walking like this, on the tightrope here,
Oh,
much more stable, yeah. And so on that, as you're demonstrating on that repulsed monkey, it's easier to be on the tightrope here a little bit. And you have to experiment. It's not the same for everyone. So, 1,000 repetitions and you should find your perfect spot. Okay, any others? It felt good for my peripheral vision. It felt like I was able to follow along that whole section. So let's work the second section a little bit. Here we go. So we're going to pretend we just finished our cloud hands. And let's do the transition move here for fun. So what happens is as I put this foot down, I'm not going to step, but as I ring the bellhop, this little heel comes up. So it's a fun little dance move. It's like to the next belly dance. Hafla.
That's what we need here.
Yeah, but we can have a hafla, right? Okay, so let's try that just one time. So it goes left, steps in, ring the bellhop, and hafla. Then you're going to slide out. Big horizontal, swoosh and push. Half step, sit back, iPad on horse. Okay, we're going to step to the angle, open a fan. Scoop up the right foot and get ready for your kick. So we come over the top, and if you can, you whack that foot or just touch. Then you touch down for balance. Brush, and golden wind fills the ears. Let's do that whole sequence again a couple times. So, from cloud hand to the left, step, ring the bellhop, and hafla. Slide out, horizontal, swoosh, and push. High pat on horse, sit back, and pat. Step left and open the fan. Scoop the right foot in, get ready, and swift kick. Brush down, and golden wind fills the ears. One more time. Right over the top. Horizontal. Swoosh and push. Step. High pat on. Step left. Open the fan. Scoop up and kick. Brush down. Step out. And wind fills the ears. Okay, pull down Heather. Questions?
I have no idea how you balanced it.
Isn't that amazing?
I think I used to.
Yeah.
Body doesn't.
Let me see what you got.
No, I don't know how to get to them either.
Okay, good.
I have
That's all I
been-
needed to know. So the way you practice, if you don't know how to get that,
Yeah.
of course, we have that whole class we did. I don't know if you did that. Just did like swings using the chair to hold balance and stuff. So you can look on my YouTube. And that's one of the build-ups is just there's all these steps. But in the form, if you're doing it, Then what happens, you get to high pattern horse, or monologue. So what you'll do is instead of kicking, do your kickstand. Toe tap. So even that is giving you the muscle memory for balance. Yeah. Similarly, you can also do a little knee. Some folks will be able to do that. Yeah. Yeah. So these are all the stages.
Yeah, that's
and
easy.
once that comes up, then you might just be able to get a little just work.
You do that, you do the bat, slap, you don't actually hit your knee,
I know that's not the way I was talking
Okay.
about it. It's cool.
but it's the same thing, slap knee.
Yeah.
Why would you slap your knee?
Well, that was part of the Taiji.
No, I meant if like that was.
Yeah, so this move, just for extra fun, if you have balance, very good. Here. So, the technique here, there's a couple of different martial arts that, one is that you are blocking their kiss, throwing. Right, so they're coming through, charging, and you're like, nope. But the other one is, close your ears, sorry, it's that you're smacking them. So, I told you the content warning, sorry. So in the, this is fun, I hope, except for one of you. Because there's a whole, almost like ritual tradition of interpreting martial arts forms. Once you know some of the codes, it's fun for me. So usually when you see them do slap here, that's that martial arts. But it also is cool. So if you're doing the form and you're able to slap the foot, people are like, oh, that's not fun.
It's like the.
Roth. Okay, so the next move in line, are you ready for it? Let me demonstrate because it turns around. So this part is always hard to teach in class. Let me just demonstrate for you. So we had high pattern horse. Here, one thing you can focus on is that the expression of power, for lack of a better term, it's not going to go, and it's not going to go, it's going to go like you had to kind of like push something out of your way that was heavy. So your weight and the fan, yes, you nailed it. So that happens. And then what you'll begin to feel as you practice is if that expression happens like that, this expression was very natural. And to me, that's the cool part. When Taiji starts to feel like you're doing something other than every other kind of calisthenics, there's something in the body feeling, whoa, wait a minute, that really flows. So that's what that is. Really flows, dude. Really flows, dude. Really flows, dude. Really flows, dude. Then, all you're going to do, and we'll do this together in a second, is I'm going to turn this foot a whole bunch, aiming toward that corner back there. I'm going to scoop that left foot back and kick toward Gene. There it is. Hey, buddy. All right. So let's try it with me over there. Sorry, kids on TV, just wait. So get in your, so get in your golden wind facing that. Come on. Okay, y'all didn't have to move. I just, so get in your golden wind with right foot forward, Carol. Inch. Right foot forward. Golden wind. You got it. Okay.
And your weight distribution.
Forward with it. So now I'm going to turn this foot a lot. Open that.
Yeah.
Here we go. So to the right, you're facing the corner. Right foot forward. You got it. Then turn that foot, turn that foot, turn that foot, turn that foot. I know it's not off the back of it. Don't worry. There. fills the ears. Oh, great bit. That's very good. So turn that foot, turn that foot, turn that foot. Good. Okay, Sean? And questions? No? Okay, so your mission, should you choose to accept it, this week, you can work on that old class that's on YouTube of just doing all these leg swings. Next week, really work on this guy, transition. Which helps with that step. Well, but for this week, yeah, follow along with the video. Just see if you can get high pat on horse. Golden wind fills the ears. Separate the foot. I'll show you one more move.
Are you gonna go to
We
the
got
end?
2 minutes.
We're not going to the end?
Can you do it in overtime?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I want to show you one more move. Because I always hate at the end, I'm up here and then we're all turned around. So once everybody knows it. So one more move. This one you are going to have to crane your neck to see, but that's okay. Won't be long. 1 minute left in the class. So I pat on horse. Here we go. Open a fan. Separate right foot. Golden wind fills the ears. Okay, turn the foot, turn the foot, turn the foot. Pull the left in, kick to the corner, and put that foot back down for balance. So once you've kicked to the corner, the right hand up as a crane's beak, and the left hand is underneath it like you're trying to catch a little coin from your coin purse. Go ahead and turn around and look. We'll do this next week, but I want to. So if you get, for this week, you just get turn around, turn around, turn around. Kick, coin. This is what I want. Kick and coin. This will make your life easier next week. Because once you've kicked and coined, left foot, that makes more sense. Yeah. Once you've kicked and coined, you slide out. Helps if you're choosing all the way out. No. Golden rooster. Fancy footwork. Snake creeps down. So this week, to make our life easy, because the turnaround is like, this is why I divide the form in this part, because it's like kind of have eyes in all directions. But if you just get this turn, that change. We've done the hearts of the form. The rest is all just great. So those of you who have to go right away, you are excused. Those of you who would like to go through the whole thing right now, let's go through the whole thing right now. And also feel free to watch Fancy Footwork. Here we go. Ready? Feet together. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot. And 2 hands. Right hand. Turn left. Brace the moon. Part horse's mane. 1. Brace the moon. Brace the moon. Part horse's mane. White crane half step. Right hand high. Left hand low. Crane goes wings. Then block right. Hover left. Deliver pizza. Step out, brush knee, and pull up. 2, block the face. Step up, deliver pizza. Step right, brush knee, and pull. One more time. Pick up the toes and turn. Step up. Brush knee and pull. Strumming the lute. Half step, strum right. Sit back, strum left. Touch the left heel. Repulse monkey. Inhale. Step back. And on one. Back. Step back and nine. One more time. And on. And drive the bus. Step out, grass bird's tail sequence. Board off. Roll back. Press. And push. Grind the grain. Turn those toes. Then brace the move. Grass bird's tail one. And roll back. Press. And wheel down. Push. Grind the grain, turn those toes in. Single whip, snake. Step out, elbow, and chop. Cloud hand, right? Step. Shift. Step. Shift. Step. One more set. And then this time as you step in, you're going to come over the top. Bring the bell up. Step out. Horizontal. Swoosh and push. Half step. High pat on horse. Then you're going to step left. Open the fan. Separate right foot. Brush down. Golden wind fills the ears. Turn, 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 turn. Scoop in, separate left foot. Coin purse. Slide out. Snake creeps down. Lock to the right. Swing the right to three. Touch down. Shift. Step. Slide under. Anti-clockwise circle. Swing it down. Golden rooster. Step left, focus the move. Step right, lift and step up, raise the move. Left, lift. Slight step back with the left, block with that right hand. Grasp the needle, bottom of the seat. And through the back. Turn and chop with fist. Step in, step forward, deflect downward, parry, and punch. Wipe off. Embrace tiger. And return to the mountain. Gather the universe. Groovy. So that's our plan by the end of the month. Get through all those moves so that we all sort of do it together. Excited about that. So use the YouTube. Have it. Have fun. Splash me up.